Hi, it's Steph from Surgery App. This is a training video for staff on the workflow management system. So we're going to share screen now so you can see what we are looking at. Okay, so we're in the portal now for Surgery App. And you will see here, some of you may have these icons here. Some of you with just staff level will not have all of these icons. You'll just have workflow management and registrations. We're going to concentrate on these two buttons, on this button here, workflow, forms and workflow. So within the test surgery now for Regent Street Surgery. So if a patient has your website or your app, they can submit forms through your website or your app for appointment, for clinical requests or non-clinical requests. So let's take an example. So let's go into admin queries and let's imagine a patient is nominating which pharmacy they would like their prescription sent to. So let's go through this process to show exactly how it works. So let's put in some parameters here. So the patient is filling this in now, 51. So let's make a test patient. So they can type it in 1705 1977 date of birth, and then they simply select in the drop-down box what is there. Right, I want to choose Lloyd's Pharmacy. The security protocol is there to check I'm not a robot, and click on send, and that's it. The thank you message has been sent to your surgery. So whatever form the patient is completing, either through your website or your app, they can do that very easily. That form then will come into your management portal here. When you click on workflow and forms, click on workflow management, and then we can see now that the form has come in for nominated pharmacy. So the form here, they've got an indication if it's web, app or portal. We'll go through that a little bit later on. But this form has come in now, and you can see here at the top, these are the tiles here indicate how many forms you've got active in each category. So we've got one form for telespheric carer, one form for acute, not on repeat prescription request, and the form we've just completed here now is nominated pharmacy. So if I click on that, I can then see that form as well. So let's view that form. So view, we can see the patient's name here, the address, date of birth, and what they want to do. Now, if you want to copy this into either EMIS or Vision, all you have to do is copy to clipboard, and then that will be copied, and you can paste that into your clinical system very easily, or you can download a PDF. But PDFs take up a bit of space and a bit harder to save into Vision or EMIS. So just copy to clipboard, and all of these details here will be copied. You can paste that in. Now, if you want to action this and send it on to somebody, your practice manager will have previously set up staff teams. So they'll have done teams or staff members. And when you add staff members, you can add a staff member to a team. So let's go back to this form, nominated pharmacy, and you may be a care navigator or whatever it may be. They can see now, right, this is new. So this is the action now, the form details. So you can then say, okay, well, I want to send this to somebody. So you put in progress. You can either send it to a team, sort of prescribing team, admin team, GP team, nurse practitioner team, or you can assign it to a certain person. So I'm going to assign this to myself now, and I'll say, please code this into Vision and save. So that's been assigned, and whatever you do, there will always be an audit trail down the bottom here of who did the job, who processed that, at what time and date. So now if I go back to the workflow management system, I can see that because it's been assigned to me, I've got a task. This is like a smart email inbox for you. So this is my task, and you can see here, right, I've got a task assigned to me here, view. Okay, I've been assigned, please code this into Vision. Okay, so let's code copy. Imagine going to Vision. I've copied this into Vision, coded that the patient wants their script sent to Lloyd's Pharmacy. I can now go complete coded to Vision, and then when I click on save, that saves, and the action is there, and that's it. That's been done, and you can see the full audit trail there, and you go back into workflow management system. Now you can see that form is gone and my inbox is empty. If you ever want to see a completed task, all you have to do is go to completed form, and then you can either search for the form here or search for the user if they've done it on the app or who has been assigned to. You can look for your name, and then you can narrow down that search. So that's essentially workflow management system. Now, like I said previously, your manager or your practice manager will have set up with us as a team your staff teams, and then added on staff members and allocated you to a staff team. One other thing that we can show you here, some surgeries, they would like everything to be processed through the workflow management system. So if you are accepting clinical requests for appointment, either urgent or non-urgent or nurse appointments through your website or app, and you want everything to be measured or recorded in the workflow system, then you can also use offline forms. And offline forms are those which receptionists can then complete or fill in on behalf of the patient when they're on the phone. So for example, now if a patient's phoned up and said, right, I want to nominate my pharmacy, this will duplicate the form the patient has on the website. And you can do the same again, Steph Gimlet, and put a name address, 17th of May 1977. You can type that in or use a drop down, but I find type it in is easier. Choose pharmacy, Lloyd's, and again save, and then that will come in now to the workflow management system. You can see here now we've got another form for nominated pharmacy. You go through exactly the same process. If the practice manager wants to see analytics on anything, then you can simply click on, because there is reporting to do for QIF, then the practice manager can look at our analytics and see, okay, it'll always default to today's date. And we can see we've had nominated pharmacy, we've had two entries. So we completed 2 forms, didn't we? And this is where this comes back, okay? So the source code from where it's come from, this indicates how it's been submitted. And when you go to Workflow Analytics, if you have the app, it'll say how many forms have been submitted through the app, how many forms have been submitted through your website, and Portal indicates the offline form that the receptionist had completed this on behalf of the patient. So we've had 2 submissions today, one done by a receptionist or administrator on behalf of the patient, and one submitted through the website, which we did earlier, 0 through the app. And if you want to look then back further, you can use the date pickup, and then the 1st of May to today, view. Obviously, we've got no live date because this is a test surgery, but you can pick up all that data then, and the practice manager can download this report as a CSV file and submit that to the health board as part of the access guidelines. So that's the training session for you. We've made it very simple for receptionists to be able to manage this, as simple as possible for patients to submit forms, and as simple as possible for you guys in practice to manage your workflow with a smart inbox, a smart type email inbox. If you have any questions, just please get in touch. If you want one-on-one training, then please do get in touch. But that's the training for the workflow management system. Okay, thank you.